The moment my best friend dashes into the lottery shop ahead of me and rattles off that familiar string of numbers, I know instantly that she has been reborn too. In my past life, my best friend and I were shortlisted for an interview at a Global 500 company just before graduation. However, there was only one opening available. On the day of the interview, I had a sudden urge to buy a lottery ticket, but as a result, I missed the interview and my best friend got the job. As it turned out, I won the jackpot, totaling $50 million. After graduation, I lived a carefree life, lounging at home and living off the interest. Meanwhile, after entering the company, my best friend was paid little and got bullied every single day. Eventually, she vented her anger on me and shoved me off a rooftop. I died from the fall instantly. After my death, my boyfriend covered for her, twisting the story to claim that I'd gone mad from idling too long and jumped on my own. The two of them fed on my misfortune, becoming influencers with millions of fans and raking in fortune. When I opened my eyes again, I am reborn to the very day I bought that lottery ticket. Boss, I'd like to buy a lottery ticket. My best friend Shayla Lane ran past me and dashed into the lottery shop. When she breathlessly shouted out that string of numbers I knew by heart, I instantly knew she had been reborn too. After she got her hands on that lottery ticket, Shayla spun around and shot me a triumphant look. Sorry Bella, but this lottery ticket is mine. Bella Knight didn't seem to care. I wasn't planning on getting one anyway. It was obvious Shayla didn't believe what I said. She let out an icy snort and placed the lottery ticket into her bag. Impossible. It was because of this lottery ticket that she trailed off suddenly. I knew exactly what she wanted to say. Shayla shot me a smug look. I won't be attending the company's interview. Since you like to work this much, I shall give you the spot. I nodded. In that case, I would hand over the luck of winning $50 million to her. Without hesitation, I spun on my heels and hopped on the bus to attend the interview at the company. At night, I returned to the dormitory to see my boyfriend Aaron Sharp with his arm draped casually around Shayla's shoulders. In my previous life, I was blind to the very end, only realizing when I died that the two of them had hooked up. When they saw me return, neither of them panicked. Instead, their expressions were openly taunting. Aaron shot me a look of disgust as he declared, Bella, the person I truly love is Shay. I only dated you because your family had two shabby apartments. But now, things are different. Shay has just won $50 million and will be living in wealth from now on. I don't have to sacrifice myself to be with someone as repulsive as you anymore, just for the sake of money. I clenched my fists tightly. So, this was the truth. Shayla and Aaron both hailed from the suburbs. One was my closest friend, the other my boyfriend. So, when it came to spending money on them, I never kept count. I belatedly realized that they were merely leeching off me. Since fate had given me a chance to be reborn, I was determined to make them repay every last thing they took from me, 1,000 times over. Shayla sneered, Bella, the only reason I had given Aaron up reluctantly was because your family was slightly better off than mine. Now that I've won $50 million and achieved financial freedom, what chance do you have against me? You're destined to spend the rest of your life slaving away. But Aaron and I are different. We're going to travel the world together, and our life is something you could never even imagine. After they packed up their stuff, they moved out of the dormitory. As I watched them leave, a smirk played on my lips. How naive of them. Did they really think a windfall like that could ever land on them? I aced the interview and secured an offer from the Global 500 company. This was already the highest level I could reach with my education. The company was a fair distance from my home. So after I talked it over with my parents, I decided to buy a place closer to work. When I arrived at the sales center, the agent showed me a few units. Suddenly, a familiar voice rang out at the entrance. Anyone here? Show us the best units you have here. I turned my head to see an arrogant-looking Aaron strutting in with Shayla in his arms. Upon spotting me, the two quickly came over and mocked. Bella, what are you doing here? Can you even afford to buy a house? We've already looked it up. The shabby apartments of yours wouldn't even cover the down payment for a house in the city center. Hearing that, the sales agent who had seemed helpful just moments ago instantly grew cold and distant toward me. I retorted, so, what if I can't buy it? Can you? Shayla stuck her chin up and declared arrogantly, of course. I'm going to win $50 million.